And then, like I said, every couple months or so, he hit me up to see how I'm doing or whatever.
Sure
and
did.
So we decided, we started having conversation. You were very nice because you were trying to holler at me.
That's not true.
Yes, you were.
Well, how was I trying to holler? I hadn't even seen your whole centrifugalness yet. All I saw was your face.
Yeah, and you were still trying to holler.
No, we had to get back to that. But anyway, go ahead.
I was so nice. Bet you were nice.
I was nice.
Anyway, so yeah, you were nice. You were a very nice guy.
I was. And I really wasn't trying to get at you because I hadn't even seen you like that.
I know.
It literally was just, I was not even on the phone. We were just.
So he was just being a nice guy, guys.
Yes.
Okay, let's just clear that up.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a little sensitive on this, right? Very nice fellow.
Here we go.
And he hit me up, see how I was doing. And then I'd say, and it was November, it was over Thanksgiving break. We decided to exchange numbers because we had been emailing back and forth, had conversations, kind of a little bit about spirituality and that kind of stuff, and that kind of sparked our interest in each other.
Yeah.
And then had conversations over the phone, or exchange numbers or whatever. And like he said, he contacted me. I said, let me hit you right back. He acted like he didn't know what I was saying. And we talked for a long time after that. So isn't it quite interesting that he acts as though he didn't know what I was saying, but we talked on the phone all night. So you just was sitting there on the phone and you didn't know what I was saying?
I'm a fast learner. For those of you that don't know, like I can learn pretty fast. So, it took me, like, we talked, 3 hours?
We talked for longer than, we talked for a long time.
So probably the first hour and a half, I didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
What she was saying.
So,
and then I figured it out. No, I'm just playing. I knew what you were saying. It's just
Gus,
a few
you've been
words
bogus
threw
this
me
whole
off.
13 years that I've known
consistent. I'm consistent. See, that's something you got to think about. I have been this way since day one.
Okay.
But
anywho,
I will say this. It wasn't so much that I didn't know what you were saying. It was just that one word I really didn't know what you were saying.
It's all good.
But it was just different. But anyway.
It's on the calm down.
You could keep going.
So anyway, we had our conversation. Then after that, we would talk on the phone every day. So fast forward from November 2008 to like March 2009 is when we decided to finally meet in person. So I had spring break scheduled, and I decided to finally meet Steven. So Steven bought me a train ticket. Yes, I said train because I lived in Macomb.
Yes, Lord.
And the only means of transportation outside of Macomb was Amtrak. So I took the train. Or driving a car, right. And I didn't want to drive all the way to Chicago. So anyways, I took the train from Macomb to Chicago.
To Union Station.
And we met. And Steven claims, well, it's not even a claim.
Yeah, don't claim.
So
tell your side.
While I was living in Macomb, I became a part of a gospel choir because I did find that there were black people in Macomb. And
what's the name of the choir?
UVal is, but what does that matter?
I never knew what that name
Did
was.
I interrupt him while he was doing all his giggling and shitting and chatting?
You sure
I didn't do that. No. When you look to me for answers, I interjected.
Ma'am.
So anywho, I was a part of a gospel choir, and so a lot of the people who were in the choir were actually from Chicago, and so they were on the train. So as we got off of the train in Union Station in Chicago, I hugged one of the people who was in the choir. It was a dude. So the first time Steven saw me while he was waiting on me to get off the train was me hugging another guy. Yeah. So he thought I was like on some shady stuff, I guess. But I was just hugging one of the choir members saying, bye, have a good spring break. Just like you do when you friends with people. Hey, how you doing?
Can we pause?
All right, bye, have a good day. You know what I mean? That's all it was.
Can we pause and switch perspectives?
Furthermore, I wasn't dating Steven. I wasn't in no relationship. So
true.
Honestly, I didn't owe him any type of explanation other than the fact that he paid for the ticket to get
right, that's true. However,
I didn't owe you.
But you didn't. But you got to think
and I still don't.
But you got to think about this from this point of view, and we've talked about this before. If I buy you a ticket, right? You hit me up initially on MySpace because you didn't know anybody there. Now I understand you go to school there now.
I know what you're saying.
But now all of a sudden you come from Macomb to Union Station, and the first view that I have of you is you standing on your tiptoes, fully embracing another dude.
So you thought I had come to Union Station and met another dude?
No, I didn't know what was going on. All I said, why are you hugging somebody at the train station? Like, I don't know nobody at this train station.
I know what you're saying.
Like, that'd be like if you came to see me and I was going, hey, and I was hugging a woman. Like,
First of all,
what is he doing?
What kind of woman is that got you sounding like that? Why is your voice going up?
But what I'm saying is,
like that.
You were on your toes and you was in a full embrace. That was the first view I had of you.
There were a couple of things that happened like that. But anyway, so yes, that was his first view that he had of me. So I get it. And so we left the train station, and actually prior to that I was a little bit nervous, so I gave like 3 different people Steven's address, phone number, just in case he was a creepy killer or something, because I don't know, he a little crazy. Anyway, so that's he's not crazy, but because I wouldn't have gone to meet him there, but you never know. So I gave them all his information. He didn't know, but they had all his information, and I was concerned because Steven's very handy. Steven can work on cars. Steven can basically work on anything, right? So Steven he had his car. He had a Jetta. Steven, like maybe a few days before I came, Steven had taken the seats out of his car.
Tell him why.
I don't know, because I don't work on cars.
No, but I told you.
You were working on something. I don't know what it was you were working on.
Go ahead, tell your story.
You don't have to go into detail, but he was working on his car. It was a legitimate reason why he took the seats out of his car.
There you go.
Can I please get my story out?
Go ahead.
I'm so glad that y'all get to see how much rudeness I deal with every day. Pray for me, please. Between him and Eden, I'm struggling.
This is image protection.
I'm struggling.
Well, go ahead.
I'm struggling.
I'm not going to interrupt you.
I'm struggling. Okay. So anyways, like I was saying, he took the seats out of the car. So I remember being on the phone with my mom, telling her I was going to meet Steven, because I had been telling her about him. We had been having a lot of dialogue, conversation, getting to know each other. And I remember my mom being on the phone being like, Chaz, what if he picks you up? And like, where you going to sit? Where you going to sit? Where are you going to sit? He took the seats out the car. I said, you know what? I hope that he put...
Unnecessary.
I hope he put the passenger seat back in that mug so that I can ride. Like, I was confused. I didn't know. But anyways, he put all the seats back in, so I get in his car. And we were good to go ride. And I was a little nervous because, he didn't have as much sense as he does now as far as driving, because he used to drive like a maniac all the time.
Let that ride.
Let it ride, because he used to drive like a fool. So,
with my pants on the ground?
With your pants on the ground. Used to drive like a complete idiot, but we ain't gonna go there. So anyway, I was a little nervous, but aside from that, I was happy to be out of Macomb, happy to see the city. It was exciting. Leave it to Steven. He'll tell you that I was about to walk out into the street in the city of Chicago because it was so big, and because I know you're gonna chime in with that, so I might as well get out of the way. It was so big, so I was gonna run out into the road because I was from the country and I didn't know.
On my parade, this is called.
So leave that to Steve. So anyways, I was there for like a week, and we had a great time. We were just friends. We were just friends. Now
we sure did.
Steven, let me tell y'all something Steven did do. So this whole time, Steven had been putting on the holy act. No, we hadn't done anything like that, so stop playing with me.
I just said we sure
So
did.
Steven,
what was wrong with me?
Steven was putting on this holy act. In my brain, for some reason, I had disconnected Steven from
grain of salt. Just remember, go ahead.
I had disconnected. I had put Steven on more of a pedestal than what he should have been on, as far as his spiritual walk and spirituality. Like, I took away the fact that he was still a man away, and so I did. I stayed at his house.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Why did you do that?
I stayed because you was talking about praying so much. You know what I mean? I prayed.
But I did.
I read scripture.
I did pray.
He told me I go out every Tuesday with the pastor and we talk.
It's called embellishing.
He was just acting. So that's what you were embellishing.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were,
I actually.
If you told me that, I know. That's what I'm saying. You told me that.
But I'm saying.
So wait, you asked me why. Would you like for me to answer?
Go ahead.
I know you don't want me to answer.
What? Just take it with a grain of salt. That's all.
Okay, but no, and I'm not saying anything because of you, but because of me, because of the types of dudes that I had dealt with in undergrad, and even somebody who I dealt with a little bit in grad school. Like, he was different, so I thought that his mind was different. So I didn't think, if he saw
Can you?
if
what's
he saw
different mean? Can you explain
tight pants, or if he saw certain things that he would even think about it, right?
That's definitely
So
not true.
I'm walking around his house in regular clothes. I wasn't
No.
provocative at all. Tell the truth. I had on
What's
pants.
regular?
Steven, don't sit up here and act like I was walking around
Honey.
your house provocative.
You didn't have on baggy pants?
I didn't have on baggy pants. I had on like yoga pants or something. But
No,
still, it
they
was
were
not
terry cloth.
terry cloth, but they were fitted
But
like
they were
yoga
really tight.
pants. Steven, but can we stay on track?
Okay, go ahead. I'm just saying.
Now, isn't he rude? Didn't I say I wasn't going to disrupt him?
Just saying.
So I had on pants, and they weren't like intentionally really tight to entice him or anything like that. Steven gonna bump up against me, and then I looked at him and he said, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to do that. Boop. Isn't that stupid?
Just a boop.
And then I learned later on how on track I thought he was on this course, but his course was way over here. But I still loved him anyway. I loved him through it. But anyways, yeah. So we hung out. We had a really great time. I got to actually do like a new wardrobe haul for him because the clothes he was wearing was kind of like whack. And we were just friends. So that's what threw me off too about him bumping into me. I really genuinely thought he bumped into me. I didn't find out until some years later that he intentionally like rubbed on my cakes. But anyways, so yeah, we had a good time. Did a little wardrobe haul while I was there. Helped him out with his wardrobe. I happened to lose my cell phone, which was weird. I lost it on the train. I think he hid it because he wanted me to stay longer. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
So,
that was that. That was kind of how we ended up meeting in person. And then after that, we just started caring about each other. And I'll let Steven pick it up from there.
I think because that's how we met, but what made us, I believe, stick together was we had some things in common, which we still do, in that we love helping people. And we both found out that we were like that when we met. We're really both into the betterment of others.